She be healing that shit, and all that ain't your girl, dog, but you be feeling that shit, and you just wanna tell her everything she might need. But in the meantime, it's lights, please, lights, please, lights, please. Turn off the lights. For now, everything just seems so right, and how you make the darkness seem so bright. I'm feeling like things.
It was good, everybody. Stampo, You, Me, Him, and Her podcast, episode 6. We are live from my crib once again. I am joined by Frost the Snowman and Black Los. What's good, fellas?
Hola.
What up, what up?
What's happening? How's everybody day today?
Day is wonderful. I'm drinking IPA.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the pale ale, sir. I'm a sip on this. This very exquisite hops and barley and with a citrus touch.
Makes me want to punch a fox.
Punch a fox, my nigga.
Excuse us for a second. Sorry for the interference. So what's new in y'all zone, man? What's new in y'all neighborhood? I ain't seen y'all about a couple weeks. What's going on?
Been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
Shout out to the brother who decided to marry the sister of mine. You know, two best friends.
That sounded very incestuous for a second there.
Well, look, that's how it is. No, that's not how it is.
Yeah,
It's not how it is, but you know,
it's not how it looks. It's not how it sounds.
Shout out to the newlyweds,
Yeah.
Lauren and Kyrie tied a knot this weekend. I was there, and I was definitely getting fucked up in that open bar. Shout out to them crab cakes.
Yeah, that was a serious. That cake. Hold on, let's talk about this cake. Did you get the black cake?
Nigga, I ate half a slice of cake. I got up, I came back, and the cleaning people took the cake.
Oh, they would have went and got me more cake.
I was pissed off, dog. Like, really.
Because when I went to go put the stuff in the car for them, they had the little basket out with the slices. I smooth grabbed 3.
What kind of cake was it?
It was like a lemon cake, and
It was
like,
dope. What the fuck is that shit called? I think it's the same kind of cake I had, but it had jelly in it. And it had buttercream ice, and this shit
Duh.
You
was
said lemon?
it was
I'm
like,
about to say, you said lemon. You done lost me right there, man.
It was even, I think it was, what's it called? Del Loche?
Del Real. That's what the fuck it was.
Real.
Del Real.
Del
That
Burro,
cake was
that was
real.
the real?
That cake was real, yo.
That shit was
Like
delicious.
I ain't know a cake like that, but yo,
That had to be some good cake for y'all to still be talking about it.
dog.
was
Like
good.
you know, I when I took her to the airport, like Kyrie, she had like 2 mega slices or whatever, probably more than that. And then like you know, after
Well,
they
she
hop
married
out,
now. She could do that right now.
yo, she got out the car, and I looked over. I was like, she left the little tray here. Opened it up. I texted. I said, yo, you know you left the cake in the car? She's like, yeah, I left that for you.
Oh, that's
You know, she's like, I got defeated. Finished the battle. I was like, yo, you may have lost this battle. I ain't gonna lose the war.
The war over now.
Winter has came, gone, and I'm still standing, man. Looking for more.
Still strong.
Yeah, man. But the ceremony was great, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like,
It's awesome to be a
it
part of that.
suited them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it fit them. It wasn't like, you know how people perpetrate, you know what I'm saying? That extra shit. They stayed in their lane,
Yep.
did their thing, you know what I'm saying? So that was a good look.
Shout out to Mom. And also shout out to my older brother, Michael. He got married this past Sunday to his new wife. Her name is Tanya. So shout out to them. Everybody belching on the mic. I'm sorry. Everybody finding love and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Toast to that.
man. Find me at the bar. You can still, hey. You heard the toast. You can still find me at the bar.
Yo, this dude is too funny, man.
Oh,
This
boy.
nigga said, yo, did his toast, right? The best man toast. And he was like, they give me hope. Then he was like, all you single ladies in here, you can meet me at the bar. So, you know, I'm over there hyping him up on the side like, yeah, big man. Yeah, big nigga. Ignorant as fuck.
How many drinks you had at that time, Poe?
Man, we just, or him, he was probably 2-3 in.
Yeah, I was 3 in before they even got there.
I was
was you,
pissed because
pre-gaming?
we get in.
Nah, open bar, like, they got there later. Like,
Yeah.
the wedding party didn't come in till, like,
2:15, 2:30.
I was later than that.
No, that was about right. Cause we was there for a minute. Like we was upstairs eating cheese and Pepsi,
Cheese and
Yeah,
Pepsi.
I was like,
They had like a spread laid out in the VIP. I was like, oh.
yeah, they had that for us too. I ain't fuck with that. I was like, I'm just getting my drink in. I was like,
cheese and mustard. You got some honey ham I can wrap around this one?
Right.
Man.
Fuck them hors d'oeuvres, nigga.
But yeah, it was definitely an extremely fun day. I enjoyed it. You know, I was blessed to be a part of it. You know, I loved both of them. So,
Best
you know,
man.
Yeah.
Being the best man is hard work.
It is. And I don't think I got it in me no more. Like, that's 2 in 2 years.
Nigga, I ain't got nobody else to be a best man for.
Well, if I find the one, I'm going to have like 3.
But I'll be like one of 3 though.
You be best man like number 2.
Alright, I'm with it.
It's a difference.
Yeah, that mean I handle like the fun shit and he handle the serious shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Because it's best man number 1 shit. Isn't it?
I did that shit for Jay, so.
Rob, Marvin, I think that's it, yo. I don't have any more like single friends on the cusp of marriage.
But at least with Rob, you didn't have like 4 more niggas you had to be accounted for.
No,
It was just you.
it was just me.
Uh-huh.
And then like counterpart, on the lady side, it was easy to work with her. Like we just, good communication is key when you're in a situation like
Indeed.
that.
Big parties, you gotta keep everybody in line, make sure everybody meet up for rehearsals. Did you get your dress? Did you need any alterations done? Don't get too fat before that day.
That's the women's shit. I ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
All I had to do was hear about it.
Man.
All I had to do was hear about it.
But that's my shoot. I believe in simplicity, man. If you can keep it simple, that's cool. But a lot of these ladies, as well they should, want to feel like princesses on that day, and
You gotta do that, man.
yeah,
They grow up like that. You watch a Disney movie, everybody want to be Cinderella or something like that.
Fucking Frozen.
Yeah.
No, seriously, me myself, I don't think I can have I would want one part of my wedding has to be extravagant. Like, I always picture myself having like a destination wedding, but then I would want a few close, really close family members and friends there, and come back and we have a reception, something like that. But
Is a destination where let's just say you got all your circumstances straight. Where would you like to have it?
Park Heights. No, I'm lying.
Just
Gifts. Go back to gifts on a lot. Shit.
Oh man, but no, it would be some type of island. Like if I have my closest friends there, real close family. Say if both sides, me and her had 15 people
right.
coming, I would probably want on some small island, something where we can just feel secluded, because in most of my relationships, I always feel it should only be about what me and that other person want.
No, that's how it should be.
Yeah, so it's a bigger picture with just us being secluded, with our friends and close family members, and yeah.
And when you come back home, rent out a nice place.
Yeah, rent out a nice place, catered, sit down, pop that DVD in, everybody want to get up, give toast, and
That's a good. I like that idea. You said have it record. So you want the ceremony recorded?
Yeah.
And would you like to show it in its entirety, or have a little montage?
I'll show it the whole thing, and then everybody have a copy to take home.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to having your wedding.
Yeah.
Shit, that's the only thing, thinking back, when I got married, I thought about it and I was like, it'd have been cool to have a video, because I just got photos and shit. So, but next time I'll probably do destination too.
Yeah.
Now, this is the only thing, we were talking about this outside. Say she ain't been married before, and she want the whole spectacle, she want the big dress, she want 100-some guests. I'd suck it up. But in the back of my head, I'd be like, been there. I done that. What's that nigga Dre said, 96? Been there, done that. But I really want to have the destination joint myself, because that was considered for mine. We was going to, it was either the Poconos or some resort that's somewhere close to us. It was probably going to be in VA or something like that. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Destination. You didn't. It's funny because I didn't even really think about that. You gave me an idea.
It's nothing like a destination wedding, My uncle had like a really nice one. They went to Jamaica. We still laugh about it to this day because my uncle, he's like 220, 230, you know, short dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right before his wedding, he started like lifting weights, and then like
Diesel.
dog, like he went out to Jamaica,
Messed up.
boom, like cock diesel, like yo. I said, who the fuck is that? He's like, that's me. I was like, yo, why you look like motherfucking Buff Bagwell out this bitch?
Oh shit!
Oh no, you didn't.
Shout out to Buff Bagwell.
Puff Bagwell.
That nigga probably gonna die soon too.
Hey, dog.
Lord,
I'm just saying, yo, like. Anyway, I ain't gonna segue into that.
Yeah, you better stop because that very well might happen. We've been losing a lot of wrestlers lately.
Man.
But yeah, Destination One. That's some fly stuff, man.
Yep. Costs a lot less. And then like you can just afterwards you can just get shit faced with your friends like, you know, like I normally do after a party. You know.
I do that just to do it.
Yep. It'd be like OC but better. Like cause we ain't gotta worry about nothing.
No clown ass niggas
No clowns.
and no chicks with semen coming out of their mouths.
Hey dog.
Oh, you friends? You defending?
I don't know who you talking about.
Why? There ain't nobody that we still talk to. It's all good.
Goodness gracious. When I'm walking through the
This
day.
message has been brought to you by the Couth trash bag. Throw your Couth in it, take it out.
Alright, so alright. I don't care if our listeners hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going with the topics I said prior?
Yeah, we can start with them.
Alright, folks. We don't have no females here. I wanted to do it with some females here, but every female is working or they got kids or they on honeymoons or something. So we gonna go ahead and run with it. So I was talking to my friend like a week or so ago, and she was like, she brought up open relationships. So she brought up open relationships, and I was sitting there, I was like, you know, that'd probably be a good topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in it, but you know, pretty much an open relationship, I think we can come to the head is you claim a person, but y'all can also go out and do whatever you want outside the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We all agree on that?
Mm-hmm. That sounds valid.
When I hear, that's what it means.
All right, so first off, if you get a person and y'all together and it's something that you want to venture out and do, male or female, whatever, you know, y'all want to do something separate, couldn't you just do it on the solo tip? Like why I'm going to say, okay, baby, her ass fat. I just want to fuck. Can I do that? And I know you was looking at that dude at the bar. You can fuck him too. And then after that happens, y'all both go back home and eat Skittles or something and talk about what happened.
Like, yeah, she put that motherfucker on me, and then she gonna be like, yeah, you know, I couldn't even take all of it. I was choking. The fuck? How can you have something like that? Like, all right, it's one thing. Like, if I'm in a relationship, and here goes the K Michelle reference of the episode, and you know, I tell chicks off rip, off top, by day 4, you know. K Michelle throw it at me.
I'm leaving.
You got it. You better call a fucking Uber.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Cause that's happening. Like you can claim whoever you just elbow. I don't give a fuck. Long as you know, if K Michelle come knocking at the door, you can't say shit. You just gotta leave.
She can sit there for all I care. K Michelle probably come through with some honey jack.
Man, she.
Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna re-up on this beer. Just how I feel. I need it.
Grab me one too. I can see the bottom. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So back on this open relationship shit. Hold up, first off, yo, Kyrie shook you so much you forgot the fucking tablet with the motherfucking the sound effects and all that?
It's actually in the car.
Okay, fuck that. We ain't going through all that.
Yeah.
We don't need that. You'll pass me the bottle.
I'm about to say, have we done one since then?
No, this is the first one we did since that.
Yeah. I just literally forgot it. Sorry for my lack of soundboard.
Man, this is crazy. A man was robbed of his Porsche, shot dead in West Baltimore.
Man, fuck all that. He died. Shouldn't have been stunting.
No.
I ain't riding no expensive car through nowhere. But back to this open relationship shit. I don't believe in it. If you do it, more power to you.
Excuse, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, bro.
I mean, it could be like the way they are. Like, you know, like if you meet someone and, you know, you don't want the exclusive title, but you want, you know, something close to it, but you still want to do your thing with other people. If you both agree on that, that's cool. You know, I've been in a situation like that before. The only problem is eventually somebody gonna catch feelings.
There you go.
Especially when one person is becoming more open than the other. That's where you tend to clash and problems occur. Yeah.
But this is like say you with somebody already for maybe 2 years, and then after that, like one person might get bored in a relationship or something like that, and they just present it to the other person like, you know, I'm not getting this or this from you, and they just lay it on the table, be like, you know, you might be living together, y'all might have some stuff established together, and they don't want to lose that, but they want to be selfish and also get what they lack in somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just feel like if somebody want to do something like that, you might as well cut it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just uncomfortable.
Especially when you establish, if you starting out, like, you know, let's be realistic here. Like, no one, if you meet a person, you can't naturally assume that they are, you know, not talking to anyone or anything like that.
Yeah.
They could be, you know, fooling around with someone, and they have someone else they have these deep, intimate conversations with, and you know, it's you know, they get everything they need from a couple different places.
Right.
And then you could be possibly that person that's in between. It's, you know, it's if you agree on it, cool. But if you want that exclusive title and that person's not ready to give it to you, and they're not, you know, you're not ready for that open relationship stuff, then, you know, just walk away. Just walk away.
This is true.
Because it could be it could be a situation, you know, like I said before, they're getting, you know, different things from different areas, and they don't want to lose that, but they also want to see where things can be with you. So just keep it in mind. Wear them rubbers, though. Definitely. Just saying.
Cause it's like, if you gonna play it, if you like you said, like everybody got a need for something. Like, got the one person you like going out on the town with. You got one you like having sex with. You got one that you could talk to. That's a good listener or something like that. One to give you money, whatever.
Nigga that buy you hair. It's cool.
Yeah, like if you gonna play it like that, you got it made. But if you say you wanna wrap it all into one dude, and then, you know, something happens and you're like, I want to do this with this person. And it might be a new person, or it could be one of them people that be lurking in the inbox. And you'd be like, I want to see what that's about. But it do take balls, though, for you to be like, you know, we together, but I want to deal with somebody else on this type level. Like, I don't want to know type shit. Like,
I don't want to.
If you do something like that, I find out that you cheating than to you actually come and tell me that. I'd rather you just break up with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, what? Say for example, they lay it out on the table up front. Like, if things are getting serious, and you know, like, all right, let me be honest with you. Like, we've been dating, and it seems like I'm seeing you more consistent. But I'm gonna tell you, like, I've been seeing this person too.
Right.
What do you do in that situation?
That's a personal decision.
Exactly.
Me personally, I'd be like, I don't know. It depends, man. Like, if you really feeling the person, you might be on that I'll compete with this nigga type thing.
I ain't for
but
that.
if you just straight headed on the whole thing, hindsight 2020, you gonna be like, nah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. How I feel about all the, well, first and foremost, like you stand, I don't believe in it. I don't stand for it. I think personally it's unreasonable. But there's a couple things that come into play. Number one, our natures in general. A man could play that role, but it's only but so far because we're territorial by nature. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even if we know that we're not exclusive, we don't want to hear about what you done did with somebody else. It could be before or during. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah, it hurts the ego.
Yeah, you know, and I hate to say it, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why Miguel made that song, Kitty Is Mine. You know what I'm saying?
Pussy is mine.
Um,
I had to say it the way it's on the album, you know what I mean?
Secondly, when you got two people, like you said, like Frost said, somebody's bound to catch feelings. Eventually, somebody may keep that facade up to think, you know, keep it on a level, but not everybody's going to be on the same level or the, you know, expectation of feelings the whole time. Mm-hmm. They just may not tell you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, people may give the argument like, well, monogamy isn't natural and all that type of stuff, but at the same time, you have two people having an open relationship, somebody's going, you know, catch feelings eventually.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And how y'all was up there talking about how you might have one person who you like to, you know, hang out with, somebody who's a good listener and all that type.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have it's almost like a big web network, whereas you're incorporating all these other people that may be attached to you. Mm-hmm. Who's to say they might not want to feel strongly? Mm-hmm. So you just dealing with more and more headaches, and then you kind of playing with feelings, because you're going to have some people who might be bold enough to say, you know what are we? What's going on? Mm-hmm. And then you got some people who may feel some kind of way and may hesitate from asking, you know, but they don't want to lose what they got. You know, they want to do it just because they like the connection. There's too many people involved, and feelings all going to get hurt sooner or later.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, let's be real, like you have people like swinging couples and all that, mm-hmm. but how many older couples, it just don't seem like an old thing. It don't seem like you can have a couple who have an open relationship and they've been together 30, 40 years or whatever. Oh yeah, we've been doing this. No, it just don't seem,
fuck that.
It don't seem reasonable. It seemed like a playground, you know what I'm saying, ideally, but it don't seem reasonable.
The pilling will keep your dick from falling off.
Free Styles said that.
You know, and also, you know, I think in the end, and that's why, I mean, I'm only 31. As time goes on, you start thinking about all the stuff that you rather not deal with.
Uh-huh.
You rather just you rather just be more comfortable dealing with one person. If she ain't got the exact body you want, she may not be the best cook, but guess what? She lives real good, blah, blah, blah. You know what? That's cool. And I'm cool with, you know, us just locking it in together. And hopefully she feels the same way. Because that stuff don't fly when you know, 50, 60 years old. You know, that ain't even an afterthought.
So now we talking about, you know, we 80-20. But, you know, I feel as though that only comes in place if you've been established. Like if you're with someone and then they bring it, you know, to you saying, hey, I want an open relationship, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, checking out this person, but, you know, I don't want to lose you. You know what I'm saying? That's an ego killer right there. Like, hey, get the fuck on.
Yeah, because like the person that asked me about it, I was just telling them, I was like, if you with the dude, you know, you with the guy for certain reasons, not to get all airing their business out. But I was like, if you been with this guy for such and such amount of time, and you want to do stuff to please you, I was like, you gotta make a decision. I just told him, you know, make a decision. I was like, you know, I don't want you to go out and cheat, you know, and then also I'm like, I want you to be happy because I'm cool with you. So I was like, you know, you gotta break it off. You know, you gotta weigh the pros and cons of the situation. Like you said, 80-20. This person might not do this that you don't like. I mean, I don't know nobody, no relationship ever where I know somebody that's together and they just compatible to the max. Like,
those are the worst.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Like, you got to beef about something. Like, it got to be something that, like, you might like your shit fried, they might like their shit baked. It's something, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be no big extras type thing.
But at the same time, that's why there's no such thing as a perfect couple.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. You can have a lot in common, but it still don't make you a perfect couple.
I think the perfect couple tag comes when you find the way to work through any situation. Like,
I remember an older gentleman told me one time, he said, marriage is a union of two very good forgivers. Now, is that saying that you're seeking out to, cause problems and make problems? No. But at the same time, you got two people, no matter how much you got in common, you're still two very different people.
mm-hmm.
You like different things. You have different expectations. It's something about old girl that just pisses you off and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about, you got to, discern the difference between what's smoke and what's fire.
Mm-hmm.
What you will want to talk about, what you don't think is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, it's a everlasting like seesaw. It's a balancing act, because it could be stuff that you don't think is a big deal, but guess what? It means the world to her.
Man.
Yeah.
Heard that before.
Yeah, 'cause everybody been there. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? Because, like, I mean, you get with somebody, you done lived your life for however long you've been alive. They same thing.
At our age, we set in our ways. Like, we
Fucking right.
accustomed to doing certain things, it happens. That don't mean that you get to leave bobby pins all over the fucking back. No, I'm stop.
Hair all over the same.
Man, why your fingernail polish gotta be on my side? Why you gotta do that in the bed?
That's why I say all those little idiosyncrasies just burn you up,
Man.
But then you think about the flip of it. Is it worth a painful breakup, or at worst, is it worth a divorce?
Nah, it ain't. I mean, usually stuff like that is like
that stuff kind of petty.
Yeah.
But that stuff build up like
you can work on that. Like that's.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about like.
I'm just gonna start knocking your shit in the junk drawer. I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna put it. You can't keep it. All right, I'm gonna just have a basket right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it right in that basket. You sort it out.
Man, fuck all that. No.
Why don't you put the toilet seat down? Would you back up in the bathroom in the dark?
Yo, he just went through that. Like,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this is not gonna segue, but I saw this documentary and like it showed like when you flush the toilet, like a whole bunch of shit shoots out of it, like germs and shit, right? So I got to this point where I was like, shut the motherfucker. I shut the toilet seat and flush it. So it's like, that mean we both gotta lift the motherfucker up. I got maybe 2 joints to lift up. You got 1 joint to lift up.
so like if you walk in and the one joint gotta be lifted up, like do you say something? Like do you go off?
Nah, like me personally, I ain't never gone on.
But no, it ain't about that. It ain't about you personally. Like if you got this thing established where you put both the seats down,
and you go in there,
and that one motherfucking flap up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, babe, come here real quick.
Be like, why this up?
The fuck is that?
What we
work on?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, baby, you petty.
Man. She like, really, nigga? Like, look, you fucking woke me up 3 o'clock in the morning because you fell in. Now, look. You had that problem?
I said, I haven't.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I was like, yo,
the ones I mess with, they ain't falling in.
Right. You know that? God damn, boy.
They not.
Oh, woo, it's cold.
Exactly.
Could have won the horse award. Yeah, but I think it come down to like, if you got problems with somebody, and I learned this the hard way, but if you got problems with somebody and y'all clash, sometimes you gotta take yourself outside of yourself, which is hard, especially in the heat of the moment. Cause you could be like, I'm gonna stand my ground. Then later on at night when you sitting there chilling, you like, she had a point.
No.
I could have. No, nigga, you know it's right. You know you done that shit. You've been like, what I'm saying? I can see how she feel. Like, what if I was doing this and she did that? You know what I'm saying? But petty shit should not incorporate an open relationship.
But see, some women.
I think most of that got to do with sex anyway.
Well, you just said it. Let's see if we agree all on this. the whole purpose behind an open relationship is based mainly on pleasure and physicality.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Most of the time, yeah, they only want their sex anyway. Like, yeah.
full contact.
Watch that movie G. No. I swear to God, I just watched it like last night.
Why?
I don't know. And then like I wasn't even like it wasn't even like on the topic, you know, like when we discussed what we were planning on doing. But that motherfucker was just on Stars, and I couldn't like oh, that's my nigga right there, yo. But I was like, that's Blake Underwood. That nigga
be dirty in this movie.
That nigga be hitting chicks and he don't give a fuck.
Right.
He like the anti. What's the dude from Young and the Restless?
Your boy Victor.
Yeah.
That's your man's.
I don't give a damn.
He been doing the same move for like 2 decades.
To the same.
Like,
women.
yeah, let's go to my ranch. I bought you a puppy, and they fucking like.
Yo, that dude, but that's dude still alive, still around.
He's still on the show,
Victor
right?
Newman is the man.
Yeah, he's still on
Victor
it.
Newman is the guy, and he drink tequila, Patron. That is. He got my respect.
Is he the real most interesting man in the world?
No,
He a real nigga though.
he is.
He a real
nigga.
He a real nigga. That's something being supposed to do every now and then. He'll just shoot me a text out of nowhere. Such and such a real nigga. That's basically somebody who could almost get a pass, or somebody who's just so thorough and like their everyday dealings, like they get a pass, but they're not like a nigga as in a black dude.
Oh, like the anti-DMX. Gotcha.
He's look.
He don't
Look,
get a pass.
look. No DMX slander today, okay?
Every night
Jesus
at
Christ,
8,
boy.
I say fuck DMX to myself.
You got 52
To
minutes.
yourself.
But all right.
Stupid, yo.
Anybody else got anything else to say? What is the consensus of open relationships?
I mean, if it's something you both desire, have at it. But you know, eventually, you know,
You gotta understand what you're walking into.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's. I don't think it's more. It's much more of an ego thing than anything. Because it's like, say if a guy asks this woman, it's like, hey, babe, like, you know, we got this home. We established, we got these kids, but I gotta fuck these bitches, and it's like, yo, like, like, and then she think like, what, my shit ain't good, like,
Yeah, that'll crush you.
that'll crush her,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Tell a nigga like, you got a chicken nugget,
A little smoky.
like your dick keep falling out.
So you trying to say they ain't got no brat, they got a little smoky?
You got a chicken nugget. Your dick keep falling out. Shout out to the nigga Plies.
I tell her that.
That is the first and only time we'll ever reference that nigga.
Hold on. You can shout out DMX, but I
No,
can't
we
shout
talking
out
about
Plies.
DMX. I ain't shout out DMX.
But no, he stood up for him. Straight
As
up.
well he should have. I stand up for DMX.
My nigga Plies on tour right now.
Let's be real.
DMX is in the yard.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll listen to Bust It Baby. That nigga got some nice songs, but that's all I gotta say about that.
Oh, yeah?
But that song was like
That shit
8 years ago. God.
Hey man, don't nobody make hits no more.
They call it weird.
Jesus. Speaking of DMX though,
Nope.
Yes.
we're gonna segue.
Just for a minute.
You don't
Topic.
have to say we're going to segue to segue. I hope you know that, right?
No, we gonna I don't even want to talk about DMX. But when I think about DMX, I think about abuse. And another topic I wanted to
Do
talk
we have
about,
to talk about drugs?
was abuse. It's abuse in relationships. And this doesn't just have to be physical. It could be mental, emotional, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up as a kid, you know, you don't be noticing like that girl that was like sitting beside you in class, her uncle, her brother, her cousin could have been molesting her and all that. You don't know that. But when I got older, I just so happened to be in contact with like girls I grew up with, things like that. And through conversation, you know, they'll be like, yeah, you know, I got molested before. And, you know, as much as I say bitch or I'll call a woman a bitch.
He said he wasn't going to say it this episode.
No.
And why did he have to say it with such emphasis, though?
Because he fucking NWA, Q.
Shout out to that NWA movie, too. We'll talk about that later on. Touch on that. But, you know, even though I might call a woman a bitch, you know, I love women. You know what I'm saying? Like, overall, you know, I got to
act like it.
God damn, boy. You might... Damn. I do act like it. First
Yeah,
off...
you do.
But see, me, myself, I can never, like, refer to a woman as that or, like, really, like, straight out. I'll say, like...
All right, hold up.
I'm serious.
I done known you for like 12 years.
Oh.
You telling me you ain't never called a woman a bitch?
No.
SSE, you know what that stands for?
What?
Super side eye. I'm looking at you so kind of funny, man.
No,
I swear
like...
I'd have heard you call a woman a bitch before.
No.
That just don't even sound right.
And if you do, I'm not saying it's like a thing we'd be like, yo, we about to go get these bitches. No, it could be like...
Am I describing a behavior?
Yeah.
All right, describing behavior and saying that chick right there is a bitch. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the bitches. It's different.
All right, whatever. Anyway, back to this abuse thing. I don't want to hear about no woman I know getting abused, you know, like... Because if I talk to you, I obviously respect you enough to talk to you. So, if we friends, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you hear, you know, your homegirl and, you know, got touched when she was like 12 or, you know,
That's
nigga beating on her and
It
shit
happens
like
a lot
that.
here in Baltimore.
It happens a lot
More,
everywhere.
more than
I've
which.
heard my share of stories. You
I'll
know?
put it like this: I done ran out of fingers, just thinking off of the back, and most of them are family. Most of them.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, dog. Like, it's terrible. And then, like, that just sets them up to be fucked up mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the cousin that take you to the ice cream truck, the same one that when you visit your aunt's house, you know, when they be like, all the kids y'all play or something like that, and in that room or the basement, wherever y'all chilling at, you know, he make you, you know, suck his dick or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do we have
shit
to
is
talk in that respect? I mean, Lord, give us some.
No,
give us something
like,
that's
that's how-
deplorable.
I mean, we
make
keeping
you-
it real. Like, I mean, this is how we talk with each other. I feel as though we should be able to talk to our, you know, listeners the same way.
Mercy.
I mean, if you have a problem with it, like, shout out to Q. If you got a problem with the hell we saying, just go. Just leave. Just leave. You don't have to be here.
that's true too, man. Like, I mean, we talk how we talk. I'm not gonna censor myself, you know, to say what I gotta say, especially on an important topic like this. And if personally this has happened to you, you know, I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's a part of life and people need to hear it, and people need to be schooled and gotta respect the fact that women go through things like this. Like, you did,
But not just women. Not just women.
Okay, I'm not talking about men.
Oh, okay.
I don't know any.
I do.
I
Oh,
know
you know?
just.
I've
Plenty.
actually had back in middle school,
Uh-huh.
it was guy, I'm not gonna say his name or anything like that, but he was literally raped by a woman. Like, at that time and even today, like, I question, how can you
Be raped by
be
a woman,
raped by a woman?
unless they got a strap on.
No, no, it was the correct way, and yeah, he was
Kind of
raped.
like Antoine Fisher way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like, all right, that dynamic confuses me a little bit because it's like your dick gotta get hard. Now,
You ain't got to. You can throw a soft
you-
one in
Yeah, you
there.
can throw some.
But also nervousness could, you know, you could be you know, stuff just happened with the male body. You know what I'm saying? You could be nervous and just sprout a Woody.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say Woody.
Woody. Shout out to Toy Story 4. It's coming.
I don't want to see another one.
But yeah, like, you know, and not only did that happen, like, he caught something from it.
Oh Lord,
Yeah, she burned him.
jeez.
Because, like, literally, it happened, like, you know, me and him lived literally next to each other, and it happened 4 houses up. And one day, you know, I'm outside chilling, and he comes running down the street, and he's like, yeah, yo, she just, you know, he's crying, like, literally crying. He's like, yo, she raped me. Mom's called the police. A couple days later, you know, because even though we were just neighbors, like me and him were really cool. So like, you know, our whole families were cool. So I'm over the house, and you know, me, him, and his moms are talking, and he's like, yeah, he caught something. You know, she's giving me the rundown. You know, I guess she's schooling me, you know, on the whole process. You know, to watch myself and everything like that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just never really understood that dynamic, like, of a woman raping a man.
That shit crazy, dog.
I gotta ask. You said a woman raping a man.
Yeah. Was
he grown or was he a kid?
Like, we were like...
Teenager, right?
Yeah, like, just turned 14, 15.
I ain't gonna lie, that kind of confused me too.
Yeah, because at that age, we was, you know...
You horny as fuck.
We knew.
I hung out with the nigga because I was trying to get with his sister.
If he listening to this podcast, we sorry for...
I'm
confessions.
He know, like, yo, like, that's how we met. Because, like, he was like, who's this dude talking to my sister?
Right.
And, like, you know, I was like, yo, let's, you know, nigga, let's go shoot some hoops. Let's go talk. You
right.
know, because eventually I'm going to hit your sister. And we were cool.
Yo, that shit crazy, dog.
I mean, in cases like that, you know, the big brother, you know, brother's going to, you know, shield his sister or whatever. But,
yeah.
But let's not, you know, get away from the topic at hand.
Exactly.
But, you know, if anybody has any, like, you know, thoughts on that whole, you know, women raping men, please comment.
Yeah,
like,
that could be a whole nother, you know, podcast topic.
Because it was suggested to us to talk about it, but like, you know, it's one sided because we hear, so many women being raped and molested by men. That, you know, I just want to make sure we have contrast.
Right, because dudes be getting plugged by dudes too when they kids, but I don't know nobody that did, and pretty much if it did happen, I don't think they'll bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be sitting drinking the beer and that comes up.
The nigga Jared walked in the bar.
Oh my god!
You know he plead guilty to child porn. Like he's gonna get away with molesting kids by taking the lesser charge and just taking the claim on the child porn. Like that. Like the system sickens me. Like
yeah.
Yo, like, this dude was raping kids, but because he has pictures and video of, you know, other people having sex with kids on his computer.
So he's snitching?
No, I mean, he got caught up in that, like.
Yeah, but he's still snitching on his other niggas.
Yeah.
No, this is my thing. I mean, I didn't pay much. I remember initially how they said he or someone whom he was associated with, they had a little thing going. And they had
in the house, like that they.
Yeah, they had underage. You know, it was videos and pictures of underage children. You know, sexual activity. I didn't hear that he was actually like involved, or he was messing with young kids.
Yeah, because in the process of the investigation, they found text messages in his phone where he was bragging about having sex with 14 and 15-year-old kids, boys and girls.
I'm gonna say this. You a sick motherfucker if you preying on little kids to have sex with them. You a grown ass man.
You can go out and buy that shit.
Right. Or you can find a motherfucker. And just because you got motherfucking footlongs and shit you endorse don't mean you get a pass.
Them shit's not even footlongs anyway.
Right.
And they weak.
Fuck Subway.
Go to Quiznos and roll the dice.
I go to the market and buy my own shit. Man.
Honey ham.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, yo, that shit irritates me, like, and then it'd be worse, like, what if you hear about somebody being abused, and then, like, you encounter the person that abused them, but you can't really do nothing.
Shit, you can do something.
You could.
You always have a choice.
You right.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know, that's crazy, though. And then, like, not just to talk about sexual abuse, you know, you got the physical abuse as far as, like, hand-to-hand type shit or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know some of them that have been through that too. Some probably go through it now and I just don't know about it.
You know, and you know, we hear so much about men hitting women, you know, but it's a trigger. Not saying that it's right to hit women, period, because it's not. But women have to understand. Some guys, their fuse is a lot shorter than others.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And he's only going to be able to take so much before he reacts.
Yeah, because unfortunately, you got a lot of girls out here who figure, oh, you're a man, you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Pain is still pain. You know, I remember growing up, living in apartments, we had these neighbors. And there was this one girl, she was in the late 20s, or mid to late 20s, and her baby's father was from New York.
Mm-hmm.
And she would just go off, and it seemed like they always had to take it outside the apartment. And she would just go off, cuss him out. She even stabbed him one time. You know, fortunately, he survived, but he had a stab wound. And I never saw him. I mean, I know they fought, but I never saw him or heard him put hands on her.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, you just can't go ahead and just keep, thinking you can put your hands on somebody and somebody not retaliate.
Yep.
There's a difference between, instinctively striking back at somebody than being, in contrast to being a woman beater.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you burnt the turkey, bow.
You know what I'm
Across
saying?
the face. No.
Like, if you looking to beat the tar out, your girl because she said something you ain't appreciate or she did something you ain't like, yeah, you're a woman beater.
Yeah, and
You know
you're
what I'm
fucking weak because you can't sit up here and use your words to diffuse your ego.
Yeah. You got some people. You got some people who just. I like the way you put that too, because you can't. I don't want to say politely. You can't calmly or at least rationalize or talk something out so you feel as though you got to put hands on somebody.
Right.
That's child. I always look at it like that's childish. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what kids do. When you can't get your way,
they have a tantrum.
They want tantrum. They want to put hands. They want to throw stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
But me sitting there, I look up, the definition of relationship abuse, and it's described as a pattern of abusive behaviors used to maintain power and control over a former or current intimate partner. And not only abuse can be emotional, financial, sexual, or physical, and can include threats, isolation, and intimidation. And abuse tends to escalate over time.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't, and reading it, I never thought of it's a combination, but I don't think we talked about the financial portion, and that goes along with being established, a lot of homemakers, financial abuse, you want to leave, but you literally can't afford to leave.
Yeah.
Like Ty showing power.
No, she can afford to leave.
Yeah, that's because
she just fucked up and waited for Sean, and they got capped by Kanan because nigga bitch.
I'm sorry, we just plug Power real quick.
We plug Power every week. That show real. It's God.
Right, season 3 coming next year,
but check out Buyer's Remorse. It's kind of cheesy. The main character's kind of cheesy, but there's a good surrounding cast of supporting actors. Mike Epps, Tisha Campbell.
You mean Tichina Arnold?
Tichina Arnold.
Pam.
Yeah, why did I keep? Yeah, Pam.
I don't know. But yeah, on the financial tip, I can see how guys provide and everything, and you provide things too. It's just not financial. And I think that's the reason why a lot of women are on they don't believe in that whole housewife thing now. They feel like they gotta go out and get their own and all that. And
I'm cool with that if it fits the program. But you gotta understand, if I'm out here working 50-hour weeks and we got 3 kids, I want my kids picked up on time. And if I can afford to have you there, then I would like to have you there. Because daycare is another bill. Let's be real.
I don't like that daycare shit either.
Yeah.
I feel like kids should be raised by their parents, or at least someone real close to the family, like a grandparent or something like that.
But nowadays you have, especially here in Baltimore, you have households that require 2 incomes.
Mm-hmm.
So, daycare is definitely, a must-have.
Agreed.
But it's possible that we could do the old school route. One person work, one person take care of the crib. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
but more bread is always better.
Yeah, but that's more seldom than often, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it
it's
is.
people, unless you know, your job or your career, you know, is more than sufficient. You know, so that's cool.
Mhm.
But also, just for that main reason, why, not saying you're doing it as like a, you know, a just in case, but yeah, a woman likes to have her own money, or at least have her what she contributes to the household. You know, just in case something happens. Say you got a good career, but for whatever reason, your career's cut short due to illness or injury or whatever. What you gonna do then?
But they got, I mean, sometimes it just don't make sense. Like, yeah, you want to go ahead and get a little part-time job, cool. But your little $600-700 a week or 2 weeks or whatever is costing us in daycare
So
$1,000.
You just paying for the daycare.
You're
You're paying to leave the house.
Your working is costing me $200-300 a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yo, like it just doesn't
It's not
factor in
fiscally,
right.
yeah, it's not fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about that one time. You know, he had a couple. The husband worked. You know, he was making enough for the household.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but his wife said she wanted to work, and the spats that they were getting. You know, are you going to get something that's supplemental, or are you going to get something that's basically after you get paid and, you know, as far as expenses, or are you just paying just literally just to leave the house?
Right.
You understand? Because she was at home with the kids. She was an at-home mother, you know, for the most part. So that's the thing. It got to be supplemental. You know, you don't want to go ahead and work to pretty much pay for daycare. And gas.
Right.
And other expenses if you don't cook and take, you know, lunch.
You gonna be extra. You gonna like you gonna go to lunch at Chipotle every day.
What if the person does it? Like say the man makes the bread.
Yeah.
So maybe he a demanding ass nigga. Maybe he feel like since he work, he ain't gotta do shit at the crib. What if he like? And I'm just saying this to stick on the abuse thing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say he come home, and he just be dogging her out. You know what I'm saying? Talking down to her, like she gotta do everything around the crib. She gotta cut grass, take trash out, cook, laundry, vacuum, and all he gotta do when he come home is take his clothes off, take a shower, and be on the couch watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe she would feel inclined to go get a gig.
First of all, that's your fucking decision to be with him.
Exactly.
That's your decision. First of all, I don't agree with that, because even though first a man is supposed to be the breadwinner, he bring home the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nowadays it requires two incomes, but you should be bringing home more. And that whole, like, you know, woman at home take care of the house. I ain't never see a woman cut grass. You know what I'm saying? Outside of VA.
Yeah, that's real.
Outside of VA, I'm gonna be honest with you. Down there, women, that's how they roll. Like, they waking up 5 o'clock in the morning making breakfast. By the time you finish eating breakfast, they focusing on lunch and dinner.
Mm-hmm.
They cleaning the house, and they taking care of the kids. The men down there don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to women that's still old school, but I do be seeing women cut grass around here.
Yeah. You know what? I won't even call it. I mean, it's old school because it was more prominent and prevalent back then. I wouldn't even call it old school. I just call it being responsible. I mean, because
I call it old school.
this is the way I look at it. You got a woman who don't want to cook. You still want to eat, right? Unless you got bread to eat
maybe
out.
cooking isn't her thing. You chose to be with her, so you have to adjust.
Yeah, but all that really is stuff at the outset that you should be discussing or coming to, you know, grips on when y'all start getting cozy with one another.
Mm-hmm.
You realize, you know, that she's not a good cook or a strong cook, or whether she cooks at all. And
I don't
that's
care
something
if you
can
burn
deal with.
water. Yo, hook me up. Like, once in a while, like if I work a 9 to 5 and I come home, you know what I'm saying, I'm accustomed just coming home, planning. You went to the market, and, you know, I cook. Cool. But, you know what I'm saying, maybe one Sunday you throw them turkey legs in there, you know, help a brother out, you know.
Yeah.
I help you.
All I gotta say is people can learn. It's not hard to cook. Like, if you can't cook and the person you with can cook, you can easily sit there in the kitchen with them and see how they do it. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody ever say to you, I can't cook,
try harder.
Yeah.
right?
Fuck you. Like,
That's true.
That's just,
but you do.
that's what I said. I can't ride a bike. How many times you fall? Once. Fuck you. Like, you burn just because you burn one turkey don't mean you can't cook. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of burning turkeys, I made my first Thanksgiving dinner this past year,
I saw that.
and
Turkey was probably dry.
I ain't get an invite.
nigga.
Oh no, yeah, the turkey breast. This nigga ain't even cook a real turkey.
It was some turkey.
Why would make a whole
Like,
turkey?
yeah.
It was
'Cause
4 people here, and I like white meat, so I'm not gonna
Make a
make
whole
a
turkey. A whole
For
turkey.
what?
You don't get no credit for baking the turkey breast.
I don't want credit.
First time I did a little Thanksgiving thing, I did Cornish hens.
Cornish hens?
Yeah, because it was only like 3 of us. I was at my cousin Paula's, and we wanted to do Thanksgiving, but she got a little ass fridge, so we didn't want to like pack all that shit in there. We weren't gonna buy a turkey, so we bought little small Cornish hens, stuffed them, and
How you stuff a Cornish? The
stuff
thing's
in
like
it.
this big.
yeah, like this.
It's a
yo.
personal shit.
Yeah,
Man,
you can hook. You got
you
wow that motherfucker. I coated it with
I need like
Hennessy
2
and everything.
I need like 2 of those things. They're like this big.
God damn, 2? I can barely eat one.
A
Especially
Cornish hen?
I mean,
Yeah,
you got other sides.
yeah.
All right, you segue. All right,
Segway. I told that man that word like 2 months ago.
because I don't talk like that. But
Oh yeah, I meant to shout out, a new buddy of mine. I met her today when we were talking about daycare, Roberta. And she
She cute?
yes,
All right.
she's
Shout out
incredibly
to-
cute,
Shout out to you, Roberta.
and she's
what if
like,
she wasn't cute?
Shout out to you, Roberta.
but she she gave me a lot of feedback. She's a very active listener to the podcast, and
Right.
I told her I'm gonna try to get her on one day.
She's active.
Just man, you shut the fuck up. This was the avid listener. And you gonna say some shit that might make her not.
No,
be a
I just
listener.
said she's active.
But yeah, she has an awesome daycare. Like one of my personal friends, they use them, and she listens to podcasts, and she was like, she pulled me up and was like, "Yo, what is up with you and K Michelle? You say you want a woman that has confidence in herself,
Right.
and she said to her, a woman that gets their body augmented doesn't respect themselves or doesn't not respect themselves, but
They don't have high self-esteem.
Yeah.
They altering what they look like because they got bread to do it
yeah,
instead of just working out or eating different or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my thing is, and this is to you, Berta. That if a woman can go out here and buy hair and make themselves feel better, because they got a nice hairdo, cool. You can buy makeup if you got pale skin, cool. If you feel as though you want your stomach flattened and you don't, it's just the option. It's just an option. I don't think it's like her self confidence or anything like that. Hopefully we can go in detail later. But that was my thing. I've been getting a lot of feedback on the podcast.
Yeah, let's get into the feedback because we dropped pretty much people. We put up the first 2 podcasts a while back, and we had to alter and change the actual program or way we was going to present this to everyone. So last week we put out 3 back to back, like at the same time. So this is the first time recording in like 2 weeks. So we had time to like soak it in. People text us. They might comment on like a social media outlet, or they might do it on YouTube as well. And we got to really reflect and see how we might want to improve the podcast or what people are expecting. And personally, if you give me feedback, you got to give it in depth. You can't just say something like, y'all change topics too much or something like that. Be a little more specific with the way you give me feedback. Because we accept it all, whether it's considered positive or negative.
Or just stupid.
Yeah, whatever.
Because if we talk about something and you and your feelings about it because you're going through that situation, that's just gonna happen. I mean, it's a relationship podcast mainly. We talk about other things, but a lot of the topics we've been getting is about relationships, and if you're going through something and you fucking scorn and you feel as though you want to blast off your personal opinion, come see us.
Yeah, you can be a guest as long as you ain't no dirty, disrespectful ass nigga. If I know you or one of my comrades know you, I'll let you sit in here for an hour and a half and sit at my table and drink with me and talk.
Yeah.
Then you gotta fucking leave though. Unless you cool.
Or you go buy a box.
Yeah. Or some honey jack. You gotta bring something.
No, we this is like, kind of like first take. You eventually gonna get sick of hearing our opinion, and you're gonna have your own opinion. And just like we created this way to get our opinion out, we want you to use it too. So, if you want to be on the podcast, don't call me. Comment, and I'll call you. Because a motherfucker texts me at 2 o'clock in the morning talking about this podcast, I'm going to smack the shit out you, and you know who you are. Period.
Jesus Christ.
Exclamation point. Sad face.
Los, you got any feedback to share that somebody might have said to you about the podcast?
I had a couple. It was on one of the earlier ones. Can't think about it namely. They covered the whole gamut of it, but it was more so them giving opinion. Well, not even giving opinion. They was saying that they enjoy the chemistry, they enjoy the topics. They sounded partly offended at you, but anywho.
Yeah, like how many people have literally came up to you and said, "I'm sick of Stan saying bitch." Like a lot, right?
They said, "Why your man sound salty though?"
He always sounds salty though. He just need a hug.
Yeah, he need a big hug.
Man.
Alright, this is it. If I call you a bitch and you offended, it might fit you. I'm just saying, like, just because I say bitch, niggas is bitches too. There's male bitches out here too.
There are a lot of male.
Like, just because I'm saying bitch,
But they call Mitches.
I don't watch that shit.
You crazy? That shit funny.
But it's like, if you an upstanding woman, you get respect from me. But if you a bitch, I'm gonna call you a bitch.
Look,
I'm not trying to offend nobody. It's just the truth. Like, people that know me, they know I use the word bitch. And they be women. They don't get offended.
We're going to have a listener versus Stan episode. I'm going to line y'all up. Matter of fact, you don't even have to come here.
That's what the next one should be. Stand there. Have callers call in and just air him out.
I'm going to try not to let them hang up on you. You can call in. I'll send out a text message with a time. And if you want to be down, and you want a phone call, just text back.
Yo, we can do this Sunday after we go feast at Old Country Buffet for breakfast.
If you're trying to be down with that, come through too. Just don't don't come if you like to devour the country fries, because I'm fucking be pissed if I go up there and I can't.
We need 3 apiece.
3 apiece. 3.
Yeah, with the gravy on it. But yeah, Sunday we recording around like 12, 1 o'clock.
No, I'm getting a lunch plate.
Dog, we get out. We be getting out. Like,
lunch don't come until like
1 o'clock. We'll be doing the motherfucking podcast. Episode 7. We'll be doing that. So that's what it is. Also, I really want to. All right, everybody's been saying. I've been hearing like, what is the direction of the podcast? This is the direction of the podcast.
What the fuck we say? No, don't tell me how to do this. Like, all right, I can see one thing. If you say, I didn't mean to cut you off either,
you good?
Because I get mad about that. Like, this isn't 92 cute. This shit's being uploaded on YouTube, filmed at the home, or being recorded at the homie house, and we have topics. And I agree with you. Like, some of the topics we don't really stay on point. Like, especially early on, and we're trying to get better at that. But there is no fucking focal point. We will talk about anything. If Jared fucking dies today and his ass gets blown out in jail, I'm going to talk about it for at least 10 minutes. Because you know why? Because I'm a co-host of this fucking show and producer. And, I want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Ain't even got to be on the card for the day. But I'm going to bring the shit up regardless.
Right. Like we're
Alright,
not gonna
sure.
stick. We're not gonna we're not gonna stick to one thing. Like, you know, it's cool to talk about relationships, but you know, I'm gonna tell you, football season starting. It's just going to be talked about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like music. We talked about music. We talked about all types of random stuff. We talked about the police. We talked about Sandra Bland. We talk about random things that happens in the world that we want to talk about.
And that's how you should be talking to your friends. And if you don't, then you fucking in a horrible friendship. You know, we
you fucking in a horrible friendship.
I'm saying, like, I talk to my homies about anything.
Right.
Anything. You know, you praise us on the camaraderie and, you know, the flow of the podcast. You know what? I've known this man for many a year. We talk about a lot of shit, personal shit that's going on here in this world. So, you know, I kind of got a feel on, you know, maybe what he's thinking, because, you know, he shared his opinion on a lot of things. And we want to share these opinions with you. If you got a problem with these opinions, just hit me up. Come the fuck on here.
I heard something else was about to come out.
Just hit me up. Come on the podcast. Air your feelings out. You know, or, you know, come share your opinion. Because, you know, that's
Right.
what we want.
Yeah, you know, like we want feedback. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's the only way to make it. Well, first off, I try to somewhat please the listener because you're the person listening. That's why we ask for topics. That's why we ask people to come on. It'll make it different. It'll make us better. And it'll decide whether we fuck with what you got to say or not. Because I can sit here by my goddamn self and drink this whole 12-pack and talk about my fucking curtains or something. You know what I'm saying? But
Do people iron curtains?
yo, I
They
ain't gonna
steam
lie.
them.
They steam them?
My
Okay.
mom, when she, because you know my mom comes, she like, you need curtains. So I was like, all right, ma, get the curtains. She hooked the curtains up. She took them upstairs with an iron that I don't know what she did, but yeah, they was ironed or something. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see how we just did that? And, you know, we
Right.
don't care if you want to listen about curtains, but we can talk about curtains.
Yes. And I'm tired of addressing y'all. Last thing, that NWA movie was pretty fucking awesome.
It was. It was better than expected. And, you know, thank God Wendy Williams had nothing to do with the casting. Because the casting was on point. The only one I didn't agree with was Snoop.
But in certain instances, he did kind of sound like him. Though.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I think he acted like him. He didn't look like him, but I think he acted like him.
You can get a lot of niggas from Long Beach to act like Snoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's one in there that look like him that want to act.
But also, it's like but the role wasn't big, so it's like it's one of those things that don't matter. Either they can act or pull off the attitude good and not really look like them, or they can sound like them. You know, like with Dre's character, could a little bit. I can see how you physically how you might look up. But I thought he sounded like him.
Yeah.
I thought he sounded like him.
And I think he acted like him too. Though.
Yeah.
Just the way he talked,
mannerisms
I think he
They made Dre out to be so hard in that movie. I was like,
My thing, I feel like I was told, like, you know how, you know, you're a parent and, you know, your kids fighting and you ask them what happened, you get two different sides of the story.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I watch this movie. Because I know Dre be beating women, but he a fucking saint in this movie. You know, I don't feel as though this is the entire story. Like, it was cool to watch and get the basic. I feel as though I got, you know, basic history of NWA from, you know, Cube and Dre's
an abridged
perspective.
version.
Yes. And, you know, I want more. I want the bad. I want the real
I want
bad.
the good and the bad.
Yeah.
They didn't focus on
Yeah.
the bad with Cube and Dre really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed like it got the full Hollywood treatment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my opinion as a music lover, and you know we are of the age group. If we ain't listen to it right there, we came right up under, you know what I'm saying, the aftermath of it. No pun intended. Music wise, loved it. As a movie fan, I'm talking like cinematography, movie wise, it was like a almost 3.5. I can't give it a 4 out of 5, and this is why. I'm gonna break it down. I just felt as though people in general is just complex. It just seemed so cut and dry, and it was like no real complexity. It just said, okay, Eazy was a dope boy. Oh man, you should. It just seemed like it got too much of the Hollywood treatment.
And I doubt they clicked that like that because Dre and Cube knew each other, and Eazy was brought in just because he's slinging around the way and he got dough. Yeah. People just don't mesh like that. Even if you are from
in real life, that don't happen. Not that, especially if you doing your thing. You gonna be extra causing. You just ain't gonna be cool. Oh, where? Oh,
like yo, I want you to throw some money in my way to make this music. All right, cool. Let's make it happen. Like that.
From what I understand, Eazy-E messed with music prior to that. Not as a rapper, but he was involved in music some type of way.
Yeah.
And he knew Dre. Like in the movie, they knew each other. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how tight they was and all that. And from what I know, the whole way Cube and Dre knew each other was because Cube's cousin, Dre, actually did live there with him. You know what I'm saying? So they knew each other. And then, Yellow was in the joint with Dre, World Class Wrecking Crew. Mm-hmm. Ren knew Eazy and all that. And that's how they kind of came together. So I'm not exactly sure how. I mean, I know that they could have went more in depth with things. Like y'all said, the negative, they didn't show that. Mm-hmm. Like, I think they should have definitely showed about Michelle A. With Dre and Suge, because they both got kids by her. When Dre beat up D. Bonds, that reporter or disc jockey or whatever she was. They could have did that. But then also, F. Gary Gray, the director, said that the final cut is like 3 hours and 13 minutes. Mm-hmm. So it could be when that comes out, he said it's going to be a director's cut. They're going to pack shit a certain way. So it's going to be at least 40-some more minutes of movie. Yeah. Not necessarily saying they're going to show negative things, but it might show a little more.
And Cube, he was on what was that? He was on the Breakfast Club, and he did make a good point. I don't know, it was Cube or F. Gary Gray. He said, we're basically covering the span of like
10 years.
10 years within 2 hours. Yeah. So as a moviegoer, I understand that, or whenever you're doing like a biographical pick. Mm-hmm. But also, I'm such a stickler to detail.
Right.
Because, it just looked like they had these template clothing like of what we know them as before they even were NWA. Like the first time you see Eazy, he looked like Eazy. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But if you look at like what's that, Eazy-E and the Crew, they wasn't dressed like that before that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just gave you the identity. Like I like how they had Eric Wright. They can't Eazy-E. Okay, we know who it is. But you already got him in like straight up NWA regalia. I'm like, that's just. I look at stuff like that. Yeah. Like the Sox logo wasn't even adopted at that time the way it is, like that.
Like before NWA, where like people I don't know if in Compton like they were really wearing Oakland gear like that. But the first scene that you see with Cube and he on the school 86. Bus, he got a Raiders hat on.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up with that? Like from what I understand, they didn't start doing that till later.
So but that's what I'm saying. So that's what they call anachronistic. Inconsistency because it's against the time of like they will incorporate that. Okay, if it's small, all right, but it was like stuff like that was just blaring to me. And even going into I'm sorry if y'all ain't see the movie, y'all just gonna have to get pissed.
If you ain't seen it, it's been out for a week. Fuck.
Yeah. The needless. I put like this shouldn't even been a part of the movie. How you had the one scene with Tupac in it. Hey Dre, what's going on? He's recording Hail Mary. The Machiavelli album was recorded. Hail Mary was recorded in August of 1996. Mm-hmm. But yet that sequence was between 1993 and 1994.
Well, I think we talked about that like right after.
I let that slide
because my thing was like he may have recorded it. Before the album came out, like some artists they record and they hold on to it.
The Machiavelli Dunk Illuminati 7 Day Theory literally took a week to record, and it was in August. It was in that span time of August 1996. So it was. They could have
switched the song, and it could have been "Ambitions of a Rider" or something on the All Eyes on Me.
Yeah, that could have been, but still,
I wouldn't have really.
But still, that's. Anachronism, like 1993, 1994. Pac got shot in 1994 the first time with the Quad Studios.
Like, all right, like the scene after that scene, wasn't that around the time they showed Eazy and Cube link up?
Yeah, well,
because that happened in like '95.
Yeah.
So And then he mentioned Bone Thugs. That's when he had Bone Thugs coming out in 95.
Yeah.
Pac got with Death Row in 95.
Well,
So
Bone came out with Easy in 94.
Yeah, so it's like, if they just, it could have been bad sequencing.
It was terrible sequence. I'm sorry. Not
Or
good.
they could just, I really can't remember what scene was after that, but like, I know at that time in the movie, everything was just coming to a head. Like
It felt like they were tying up a lot of loose ends. I feel like the movie in general really was made for the fans. It was a Dre and Ice Cube produced movie made for the fans of NWA.
And also Eazy-E wife was Widow was a producer too.
And it was nostalgic. Cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was nostalgic. Most of the main reason, I don't care what nobody say, the main reason why people love that movie so much is because it was music that you grew up listening to, and it put a face to it. It had that energy. I think it was dope. They captured the energy. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, as a movie, I really don't think it was that good.
I'm giving it a fucking 4.5.
I'm gonna give it a 5 just because Fantastic Four was some shit.
How you gonna give extra points just because fans says?
You have to. They set the new bar for being weak as shit.
But the last one sucked.
The first one was decent. The second one was cool.
Whack.
The second one made more money than the first one.
Yeah, but they expected more because they had Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but
you need to resurrect that. Do you remember that recipe?
What?
Silver Surfer?
Yeah, you get the Kool-Aid can. And
fucking easy.
You just pour.
No, I ain't telling
you.
Don't give him the recipe.
No,
that's the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Yep, yeah, that shit dead. Along with the crew.
The crew is dead.
It happens.
That's another podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast.
No, that shouldn't be divulged.
Call that shit rat beef, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, Fantastic Four was some shit. Like, the first one made $53 million. I know this because I watched the video earlier today about it. First one made $53 million opening weekend. The second one made $56 opening weekend. So, I mean...
But that's not unusual because when you get a sequel, how often is it going to be like... Unless the first movie was just trash that nobody wanted to see.
All right, so, like, right now, if they say 2 years from now they filming another Fantastic Four, you gonna pay again to see that?
I ain't see the first one.
Even if
they change the direction of it, like, all right, I don't like to put in stock on this, and right now this is just extra, and we about to go off the cuff. So if you don't want to listen to it and you're gonna say we this and we that, you can turn the motherfucker off. All right. So you know what I'm saying? Me, I go to the fucking websites now, and I don't like doing it, but I'll judge something by a review. With Fantastic Four, I'm a big Marvel fan, so I was hyped to see it. And then when I saw nothing positive about it, I didn't want to go see it.
I normally don't go off of reviews unless it's really that bad, because I don't put too much stock in reviews because it's subjective. It's a matter of opinion. There's a lot of movies that are now heralded as classics that were panned. Like, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people, maybe for the wrong reason, love Scarface. When that movie first came out, they said it was garbage. You know what I'm saying? So reviews are subjective. Now they call it a classic.
But
reviews
like when the director does an interview a day after the movie comes out and apologizes for the shit that he produced, like, and tells you it's trash and that, you know,
like Lupe after he released Lasers.
I ain't gonna lie, that album was nice, yo.
Anywho,
his new album is the shit. If you ain't got the new Lupe album, get it.
I still need to listen to that whole thing.
And shout out to Childish Gambino. Because Frost put me on and I've been rocking this Childish
Donald
Gambino.
Glover. I be wanting to call him Danny Glover so bad.
No, it's only one Danny Glover. Hold on. Was that rumor that Danny Glover was gay or something?
I believe it.
For real? Like, I recently heard about that. Like,
yeah. I believe it if that came out.
You just call him a Peter Puffer.
He look like the only person he ever had sex with is people he co-workers with moves.
So you trying to say him and Mel Gibson shared an intimate moment?
They might have. They had great chemistry, man. First off, Lethal Weapon is like the best buddy cop movie ever.
I'm trying to think. That
I can't put nothing up there with it.
The best buddy cop.
And all of the movies are good. All four of them is good.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't even remember. I remember 3. I remember 3 the most. 4 I don't remember that much.
That's John Jet Li.
Yeah.
When Jet Li like came.
He
on
took
the
like
scene
50
American.
bullets and a like a rod or something going through his body, and he underwater. That's the only thing I remember.
That was a great movie.
Either way.
Why am I getting text messages while we recording about Everclear?
Because you had that for your birthday and you acted a damn fool.
I don't remember. But
Maybe
we ain't gonna
that's
talk
why.
about that. Stop. Pause. No pause. Stop. Eject. Next topic.
I mean, that's all I really got to say. I mean, we talked about open relationships. We talked about weddings. We talked about abusive relationships. We talked about NWA's movie. Anything else y'all want to say?
Keep
hungry.
listening. I could go for a taco box myself. But, I once again, I do this every episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your topic ideas. Don't really care about your opinions on the direction. Leave that to us.
It's non-formatted.
Yeah, leave that to us. That's the one thing. And, when people see me in the streets, they be like, yo, that's the nigga from the podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? That happens a lot. No, I'm bullshit.
How they see your big body on it?
Yo,
I can hear him. He heavy.
yo, no, but, people, I engage in a lot of conversations about the podcast, and it's kind of cool to talk about it. I wanted to actually, my direction is I want this to actually become like a format to discuss these things. Like, it's cool if you want to be PC about topics, but the world that I live in, like the homies that I hang around, we not PC all the time. That's just not life. That's not realistic. So this is like the platform for that.
This podcast is a reflection of our reality.
All right, any closing words? Since he just damn, I'm out of here.
Los, you got any closing words before I shut this joint down?
I have nothing else to say.
All right, all I got to say is be blessed. SummerSlam is this Sunday, and I'm going to watch it. And that's all I got.
Oh, Brock Lesnar sucks.
Shout out to my cousin for making them double
Yeah,
eggs
I was
with
gonna
the
say,
bacon and the
she
seafood
threw-
in it.
Damn.
We definitely got it in this past Sunday. I was
Yes.
on the grill, me and Frost, and my cousin hooked up the sides, and we got it in. So
I was going over there with the idea of a couple burgers and dogs, but she definitely blessed us with that. Cause
I ain't no deviled eggs in a minute.
no. Let me stop real quick because I'm not just going to leave it on just deviled eggs. Deviled eggs with seafood and bacon.
Deviled eggs with that has seafood and bacon inside the
Yes. Yes.
Yo, I might have to break my pork prohibition. That sounds good.
She made we had the grilled zucchini and asparagus.
What the fuck you just say? Did you just say you don't eat bacon no more?
I don't eat pork. I've been not even like I don't strictly not eat. It's just not a part of my regular diet. Like I don't buy bacon. I don't buy pork chops. I don't buy pork loin. I don't do pork rib. We were just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we was talking. We had a rib conversation earlier.
Alright. But yeah, we had beef franks, we had burgers, we had turkey burgers, seafood salad, my aunt's recipe, my cousin made it, potato salad, baked beans, green beans.
Shish kebabs was on point.
Yes,
And I don't
kebabs.
I don't know what she put on them them extra pieces. That seasoning.
Yeah. We had some extra pieces of chicken through on the grill.
Like I didn't really throw down a lot because a lot of stuff off the grill didn't make it in the house. I'm gonna be honest with you, Stacy. Like I had to have a hot dog.
And we did eat a kebab.
We did eat a kebab. But yeah, thank you so much for that. That was what was needed that day.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw this out before I shut this shit down. Sunday we doing another podcast. I'ma ask. You have any topics you want us to talk about? Cause honestly, I got back on motherfucking Facebook just to motherfucking promo this fucking podcast. And I see a lot of fuckery and tomfoolery on there. But I suck it up. So If I say you listen to the podcast, could you listen? I mean, every time somebody hit me up about some future endeavor or something they doing, I support them. I tweet it out. I, mass text everybody. People get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. So, could you just listen to the podcast? And if you don't want to listen, share it when I put something on the book. Or if I text it, let other people hear it. Somebody
You don't have to look. Like, that's my thing. If you don't agree with what we're saying, don't throw hate. There's no point in throwing hate because, some shit that is not for you, it could be for someone else.
This is true.
You can't fit them leggings, but your daughter can. You pass them shits on, pass this on.
On that note, it has been Black Los, Frost Snowman, Stan Poe, You, Me, Him, and Her podcast, episode 6. We'll be back at the top of the week. One love.